I absolutely love it when my patrons let me pick their custom planner spread. Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and today I'm working on 3 brand new custom planner spreads, and these 3 patrons said their spreads were up to me, which is so fun for me to get to pick whatever theme I want, so I'm very excited. First of all, I have Marina, who uses the big or venti size layout. She asked for a monthly layout, so we have that ready to go. And you guys, I just love the Simple Stories Crafty Things collection. We're going to use that to give her a very fun crafty layout for Craft Month. And then Xiomara did want a little bit of a mixed media feel, but kind of left a lot of it up to me. So I picked Mixed Media Mom because it has all these great stickers that have a mixed media feel. And we're going to create a monthly layout for her. And then Janet uses a bullet journal layout, which I'm excited to use this one for my collection. And I've chosen Summer Garden by Aesthetic Plans for Sweet Janet. I cannot wait to put this together. So very excited. I will link everything that I use down in the description box below. Otherwise, I'm going to put you all on fast forward. Let's go. All right, let's start with Marina's spread. I am so excited to use this collection from Simple Stories. I absolutely love it. And I would just like to note that I created all 3 of these custom planner spreads without my sticker guides this time around. I kind of just went for it, which was a lot of fun. It made me really think through what was happening on the page before I put stickers down. And I liked it a lot. I'm not saying I'm giving up sticker guides. That's for darn sure. I will definitely be pulling them out again, but it was fun to kind of just fly free without them this time. All right, I'm starting with this 12 by 12 piece of paper and cutting all of the different color strips. I'm going to use 5 of the strips to create a background for this page. So I'm going to very carefully take my precision knife right here and cut along. That way I can make a strip last for the whole way across the page and over the 2 pages. This spread ends up being pretty darn cool because it is going to have so much decor and color on it, yet there is a ton of room, especially because it's a big planner spread. There's a ton of room to write across the middle. And I think this just goes to show you can do a lot of decorating without taking away the functionality of a planner spread. And I know several of you out there really like to use your monthly layout as your primary planner. That's where you put all your schedule. You don't need the weekly layouts. You like just the open monthly double is what I call it. So the monthly layout page by page. You like that a lot. And this shows you that you can decorate it and still have it be pretty darn open. And the way I do that is really focusing in on those margins of the page and also focusing in on that section in between the 2 pages, because look at the burst of color that is coming in between there. And again, I haven't taken up any writing space at all. So this was a tiny bit tedious because I was having to adhere this and cut it and do all the things each time, but I love the effect. And it really was pretty darn cool because I was able to take one 12 by 12 paper and create a full background, when normally I would cut out the boxes, I would mount them on top of their own scrapbook paper, and it would take up at least 2 12 by 12 pieces of paper. And this one took a pattern from a 12 by 12 and extended it out across the page. So I feel like I almost got 2 pages for the price of 1. And it still looks as if the white boxes are just put on top of this beautiful, colorful stripe design, which I absolutely totally dig. It is very bright, very colorful, and perfect for the month of May. Now, I struggled a little bit with what to do at the top and bottom because it was kind of breaking the pattern of the distance, like the spacing between all the colorful stripes. but I did need something else, especially at the top because of what else I was planning to do. So like I said, I'm really sticking to the margins. What I wanted for this was for it to be an explosion of craft supplies from the top and from the bottom. I believe May is like National Craft Month or National Scrapbooking Month or something like that. National Scrapbooking Day is certainly in May because usually it is on my birthday or somewhere near my birthday, which is May the 3rd. So I want to do all the craft supplies and celebrate all the fun things that we all love. So I have a ton of the pieces from the Crafty Things collection from Simple Stories, and I'm just going to play to see how I can use them to fill up the page. It gets a little tricky because I do plan to use this bottom row of boxes. Like there has to be room to write here, but I also don't want any extra white space showing. I tried to use some of the bigger pieces from the collection. Not all the bigger pieces really worked. I had to just narrow that down to the scissors and the Stanley Cup, and we're gonna pull in lots of other little bits and pieces of fun craft room elements. There is like a Cricut, a typewriter, some gorgeous florals, paintbrushes, glue sticks, scissors, all the things. And you can see I'm taking advantage of that page border. You're going to get all of these beautiful supplies kind of bursting onto the page. And then it's still really open in the middle. So I definitely do have to go and date. I promise I will do that. But it takes me a hot second to lay things out. And then I have to very carefully, because I wanted this to look, I don't know, I had certain ones I wanted to be askew. I wanted it to cover the white. I had to go one by one, piece by piece, and very carefully put this together with adhesive. I laid it all out where I thought I wanted it and then started to bring it in. I had to be careful with the tilt of different areas. Yes, some of the boxes down low do get a little full, but I'm not worried because I think Marina, I think Marina can just put a functional box down there if she ends up wanting to add something to that spread. All right, let's work our way across the top. It was a lot of ephemera. The Simple Stories Crafty Things collection has a beautiful sticker book with it also that you can use. I was just definitely in the mood to feel as if I were scrapbooking. So I was playing with paper ephemera. This makes it a little thicker. I don't like to use paper ephemera all the time in my planner because it certainly adds a little bulk, but I think for a special spread, especially the monthly spread, it totally makes sense. All right, let's get all of the pieces on the page, and then I do want to use these adorable letters to write out May. I couldn't find a W, or sorry, I couldn't find an M, so I had to use a W upside down. Still works. And then I want to adhere those onto the page, and then it's a whole lot of trimming coming up next. Now, whenever you have pieces that overlap 2 pages of a spread or that hang over, I always like to flip it over to the back to do the cutting. I feel like it's easier to see where the paper is. So I'm going to work my way around the edge of the paper first, and then I will very carefully cut apart the 2 pages. It's pretty thick in the middle. Again, I like to cut from the back side because I feel like I can see it a little bit clearer. Once I cut it apart here in the middle, I will put the 2 sides together where the stickiness is facing each other, press it very securely, take it over to my hole punch and punch it and bring it back. I get a lot of questions about what hole punch I use. I use the Levenger hole punch. It's pretty heavy duty, works really well. And now it's time to date. All the date stickers are from Mojo Jojo Plans, her Date It Basics 2.0. I will date it for the month of May, and that's going to be it for Marina's custom spread. Let me know what you think of it down below. I think it is bright and beautiful and so fun for the month of May, and I love that there is still so much room to write across this spread. Next up is Xiomara, and Xiomara generally does ask for a monthly layout for her custom planner spreads, and she usually comes up with pretty quirky themes for me that really challenge me, but this month she kind of left it pretty open for me. She wanted some mixed media. I'm going to give her a mixed media feel without the mess, and she had a few dates, but otherwise she just wanted some bright colors, so we're going to go with Mixed Media Mom. It is one of my favorite sticker books, whether you are a mom or not. It is just a beautiful sticker book. So I'm starting with some faux washi from that particular book. It is this beautiful bright pink color, has some gold foiling because I think Xiomara is not afraid of gold. So I'm going to add that in. And then I had the Aesthetic Plans Secret Garden sticker book pulled out for Janet, and you'll see her spread next. But in that sticker book are these beautiful, like, splotches of mixed media, just beautiful washes of gold, and they tended to match really well with mixed media mom. So I took those, I cut them in half, worked my way from the top and the bottom, because again, we're making sure that this can be a really functional spread for Xiomara. We're going to leave a lot of it open in the middle, but I want it to be pretty darn colorful because I know that is what she really likes. So I'm working my way across the 2 pages with all these mixed media stickers. I love that they are printed on clear sticker paper. If you haven't checked out Aesthetic Plans, she is fabulous. First of all, I met her at Go Wild. I'm not an affiliate for her or anything, but I think she does a fabulous job putting together her sticker books. So definitely go check her out. This sticker book is it's an old sticker book, but she has a lot of new releases. She tends to do a beautiful, I don't know, kind of whimsical theme. She has some mixed media feels in her stickers, which I totally dig. So I'm creating a border at the top and the bottom. That's going to be like the main decor on this page. It took a little while to get it all working, but I think it feels like almost a mixed media test page, as if you were like testing all of your new products out on one page. That's what this feels like. And again, I feel like it goes really well for the month of May, which is definitely like a crafting theme. I love doing crafting all throughout May, so that is going to be perfect. Let me layer this one right here. Love, love, love how that one came together. Now for the dates, I wanted to bring out the gold. So this is actually from Hobby Lobby. This is their dated sticker book that you can get. That's part of their special brand. And I'm going to use the gold stickers to put all the dates in. Okay, so once the dating is done on this spread, there's not a lot else I want to add because I really want that mixed media look to take front and center. I am going to add a sidebar sticker. This sticker book, it's mom themed, but you don't have to do mom themes. There's a lot of other stickers that work in a lot of different ways. So I'm going to add the sticker that says "You're doing amazing" because I think Xiomara is, and then a post that says notes and things for her to write out what's going on that month. She does need a few functional boxes. I had a little trouble deciding what functional boxes to use because there weren't a lot that were sized well for the monthly layout in this, but I did choose a couple, and luckily she only had a few dates. Xiomara, if you need to add more functional boxes to this spread, I think I would go with black or jewel tone boxes, which I think you probably have in your collection. So I'm going to add a few boxes, and then that is pretty much going to be it. Like I said, it was a little bit tricky to get it all figured out and get all of it in the right place, but I like how this one comes together. I do want to add the month at the top, and I'm going to pull from Mojo Jojo's Dated Basics 2.0, which is what was sitting on my desk. So we're going to add May and 2025 to this sticker book. Then I have to, or sorry, to this spread, and then I have to cut the 2 pages apart just like I did in the first spread, and then I have to repunch the holes. For clear holes, I tend to just do those by hand. If it's clear stickers, they don't punch well with my We Are Memory Keepers disc punch, so I just tend to cut them out by hand, which is what I'm going to do for this one. And then that is going to be it for Xiomara's spread. Xiomara, I hope you love it. I hope it makes you smile every time you open it. Let me know what you think of Xiomara's mixed media spread down below. All right, last but not least today is Janet, who uses the bullet journal layout I pulled from the bullet journal variety pack that I have available in my shop. This is the grande size, and like I said earlier, I'm going to use the book Summer Gardens from Aesthetic Plans because I love these stickers. They are giving me like secret garden feels. I think they are so beautiful. And since May is florals, like all about May flowers, I thought this would be a fun, very whimsical spread for Janet to use. I also loved the hummingbirds that were in this particular set. So what I am doing for this spread, I love this layout because it gives you 2 long sidebars. And I know a lot of people like to use their sidebars for list making, for habit tracking, for all kinds of things. So this one gives you two sidebars that you can either use in a super functional way, or that's where you can focus your decor. So once again, the decor is really focused around the edges of the spread. It ends up feeling like a very full spread, but there's a ton of room for Janet to work, whether she's going to use this as her catch-all planner or her journal, whatever the case is. I think there's still a lot of room for her to write. So I'm going to bring in a few pieces of grass on the edges. Then at the top, let's bring in some clouds. We're creating a whole scene here, and I want to go to where all of these florals are because they are so pretty. Once again, I'm cutting stickers in half. That is just a fabulous trick for getting the most out of your sticker books. Cut the stickers in half, hang them over the edge, and then reuse the other half, especially on things like clouds or those splotches of mixed media, splashes of color, whatever it may be. I always love cutting stickers in half because I feel like I get a ton of stickers for my money. All right, now I have to just trim this just a little bit. I'm going to hand cut these little holes right here just to trim them out. This one goes pretty darn fast because the stickers are so beautiful. You don't have to add a whole lot. Like, look, the whole scene is set. I do want to add the little hummingbirds. We're going to use them to bring in a little bit more color in the middle of the spread. So I have hummingbirds around each day of the week. And then I am going to pull in a few functional boxes. I decided not to pull in bullet points because I wasn't sure if Janet was going to use this as her catch-all or as her creative planner, like her creative journal for the week. So Janet, if you want to pull in bullet points, you definitely can. A few functional boxes on the sides and a few more of the mixed media stickers as well. And this one is going to be done. So now it's your turn. Let me know which planner spread you liked the best this week. We had Marina's crafty spread, we had Xiomara's mixed media spread, and we had Janet's secret garden spread. Let me know what you think down below. As always, I will link all of the supplies that I used down in the description box below, so be sure to check those out. And I want to give a huge shout out to my entire Patreon community. I am so thankful for everyone over on Patreon. We have a great time with a ton of extra perks available at all of the different tiers. If you haven't already, head on over to patreon.com/ScrappyWife to find a tier that works for you. All right, I hope that you have a fabulous day. And as always, keep it creative.